Hey everyone, so I am highly nervous to make this video because, yeah. So, a while ago, well, a week ago, it says on YouTube anyway, that I made a video saying why I relate to TK from 911 Lone Star so much. Well, basically, all I said is I have a close relationship with one parent, and that his parents always argued when he was growing up. That still stands to this day, and my parents were arguing again yesterday. And I turned on Spotify. I blared music as loud as I could, and I tried to drown it out, but I couldn't. It was still, I could still hear them. I even plugged in headphones. Still, I could hear them. My dad was shouting at my mom was shouting at my dad, and it's been this way for as long as I can remember, and I've always felt put in the middle of things just as TK did growing up. I felt like I was in between both of them, and there was nothing I could do to stop it. Because if I went down, I'd probably only make matters worse. So then yesterday, I said to my mom when she was tying up my hair, because I can only do a ponytail and not the way she likes it, so she decided to fix it. And I said I heard everything going on a while ago. She was like, yeah, and how do you feel about his aggressiveness? Because he turns into Hulk when he's angry. Hulk, but 20 times worse. We all know who Hulk is. Please tell me you know who Hulk is. Come on, where are the Marvel fans at? Anyway, Joe, the way when Hulk gets angry, he's full on destructive. Imagine that 20 times worse. One time, my dad ripped his shirt off and attacked my mom, technically, basically. And I just stood there in paralysing fear, watching it. I'm so glad my brother was there that day, because if he wasn't, I don't know what could have happened to my mom. She would be badly hurt, I tell you that. As a 13-year-old, watching that is scary. That is scary. To watch your own dad attack your mom. To just be paralysed with fear. Watching him shove her up against the worktop and try to force his way down onto her. That is so scary. That is so scary. I'm so glad my brother was there, because he intervened and he stood in front of my mom and stopped my dad from doing anything worse. My mom came over and gave me a hug, and she told me to go upstairs to my room and stay there for a bit. So I did as I was told. I I took Kion in my arms. I took the whole guard. I took Diego in my arms, and I cuddled him so hard while crying so hard as well. I was scared. I wanted to call the guards. If you were there, you'd understand how bad it is. If you saw what I saw, if you felt what I felt, you would understand. I wanted to call the guards so much, but something stopped me, because I was like, he's my dad. I can't call the guards on my dad. But I really wanted to. I was scared. TK had it a little bit better than me, because it was his dad, like a maniac, technically. Did his dad go around and just lose his temper constantly? No. So this is another reason why I love watching father and son moments in TV, because one, I never got that. Two, it showed me what a dad should be: gentle, kind, supportive, not Hulk but 20 times worse, not scary, not abusive, not terrifying. It's so scary, like, you know. But that's not the first time he's done anything like that. This is a week after his birthday or something. I don't know, but it was after his birthday anyway. I know that because he ripped off the shirt that my mum got him for his birthday, and she feels like she shouldn't have gotten him anything, but she did out of the goodness of her heart because my mum is just amazing. So it was a week after his birthday anyway. No, I think it was. I'm not sure, but it was after his birthday. So I was 13-year-old, paralysed in fear. And apparently he's done it more times than just that one time. And I was too young to remember it. And that's scary. That's scary. Because I don't remember him doing that. And he probably did do that. That is so scary. Watching TK and Owen, the amazing relationship that they have, and I don't have even half of what they have. I mean, yeah, sure, he buys us chocolate. That's the only good thing about him being here. Because, I mean, he has abused me my whole life. He has threatened me. He has hurt me. He has scared me. He's done so many things to me. I sent him a message on WhatsApp one time, and I'm gonna read it out to you guys now. I'm just getting it on my computer and I'll read it out. I don't even have him titled as dad, and my contacts have him titled by his name because I can't call him dad. So here is the message. What's your obsession with wanting to smack me every time I do something wrong? That's 5 times you've threatened that. Last time you said you were going to smack me and hurt me, and I could be sure of that. And it's also wrong to smack your child. You always go out. Whenever you do this, it makes me feel afraid to be around you. It makes me afraid to be around you when I do something wrong, as I feel you're going to smack or shout. At least Mum was nice about it after you left and she said it. Sorry. Where was I? At least Mum was nice about it after you left and she said it in a nice tone of voice that didn't make me afraid. Whenever you give out or something, it makes me want to call the guards as you scare the life out of me and you get aggressive. I don't like it. Right now I'm bawling because I'm afraid. I don't like when you threaten me, to smack me, to hurt me. It's scary. I don't like it. I don't want to be afraid of you, but I am. You're worse than any bad parent on Superman. I just want you to stop scaring me. I don't want to be afraid of you every time I do something wrong. He has given out to me so many times. He has scared me more times than you will ever know. This is my first time saying it on YouTube to over 1,000 people, and I don't know how people will react to this. If people want to unsubscribe, they can unsubscribe. Like, I'm not making all this up. It's true. Okay? It's true. It is highly true. I know I don't have any like video footage of it because it just happens randomly and I'm paralyzed in fear, and I've made a video like this before explaining everything, but I couldn't bring myself to upload it. But I will be uploading this one because I believe you guys deserve the truth on my past and why I'm so obsessed with TK and Owen's relationship. You full on deserve it, because at least that now there's obviously some explanation about my obsession. My dad is scary, to say the least. My mom is actually considering going to the guards now someday. If it happens again, this is last chance and she's going to the guards, and I honestly don't blame her because it's scary. It is so scary. Like, I was getting bullied at the time where he started getting really bad. So then having all the bullies on my mind, and then him giving out when I came home because I couldn't focus on my homework because I felt terrible about myself, that made me worse. It made me absolutely worse. I just don't know what to do. I don't know what I should do. I don't know. I just don't know anymore, you know? So it has been one hell of 14 years. Most of my life being bullied, most of my life being abused by my own dad, being abused by other people in school, having to deal with even more bullies when I went to my new school, but they weren't that bad, but they were bad enough. They weren't as bad as my old school. We could deal with them, and the school had no bullying policies, so it was absolutely brilliant. They took action straight away, which helped so much. You guys know my story of being bullied, so now I'm telling the story of me being abused by my own dad. Really, I didn't ask. So now you know my life story, really, so far. He'd always shout when I was doing homework with him, and I would end up crying so many times. He would threaten to smack me, to hurt me so many times when doing maths homework. I've always had difficulty with maths, and he knows it. Always. From 5 years old to 14, I'm still having trouble with maths. Pretty much the only thing I can do is add, subtract, multiply, divide. Everything else, word problems, mental maths, can't do them either. And there are so many people who find them easy. And then there's me. I'm just afraid of him, you know. Not all the time, but there are times where I'm afraid if he will lash out. And when he does lash out, you like I have like about 2 panic attacks. One, while he does it, then after a while, after I calm down, I have another one straight after it. I'm cuddling onto Kion, just latching onto him for dear life, as if I would die if I let him go. I'm just like stroking his mane, cuddling his fur, rubbing his fur, just trying to get myself to calm down. Sitting on my bed, holding him so tight. Forget me smothering him when I watch Lone Star. This is about 100 times worse. Not being able to breathe, and then you've asthma on top of it. Petrified. Like, and there's nothing you can do because you're only a 14-year-old. There is never a moment where my parents aren't arguing. I remember I was going to get my new pairs of glasses, and the whole way up in the car they were arguing, and I was nearly crying in the back seat. I had brought Kion because I just have to bring a toy wherever I go. It just makes me feel kind of safe, you know. I know that's weird, and I don't think I'm ever going to grow out of that. You guys probably think I'm so weird for that, but honestly, it kind of makes me feel a bit better, you know. Just to have a cuddly in the car with you is amazing, you know. Always did it as a kid. I think I'm going to continue to do it for a very, very, very long time. Except when I'm going out with friends, only in the car with like family that I can do it. But anyway, I had Kion with me. The whole way up in the car, I was nearly crying and I was cuddling on him. When we arrived, my dad looked back at me and he's like, "We're not arguing, I promise." And I said, "I beg to differ, you were doing it the whole way up." And then my mum was like, "No, we're not, we're just having a little bit of a disagreement." And I was like, "There's never a moment where you're not arguing. Never. You're always arguing." I mean, why do you all think I love TK so much? Think about it for 5 seconds. For 10 seconds, for whatever. Just think about it for a minute. Why do you think I love him? And don't say it's because he's a cute little baby. Yes, that is one reason. One of many reasons. Because he's just a cute little baby. We all love him. And he's just a baby. But what about the other half? Close relationship with one of two parents. His parents argued all the time when he was a child. They probably continue to argue. Still at my age, they probably continue to argue. It didn't stop until he was in his 20s, you know? When he moved out or something. It didn't stop. I mean, right now, I'm home alone with my brother. Well, I'm not home alone, but I kind of am home alone because my brother is in his room, but whatever. And I'm with my brother, and it gives me kind of peace because they could be arguing in the car right now for all I know. They could be arguing right now. But the good thing is, I'm not there to listen to it. I'm not there to witness it. I'm not there to feel put in the middle of it. I'm not there to nearly start crying or nearly have a panic attack because I'm not there. There were so many more other scenarios where my dad has been violent and everything, but that was one of the most recent ones. So that's why I told that one. But seriously, having to watch your parents argue since you were a child up until teenage years, I mean, that has to, like, I hope to God that my children have a good father who wouldn't treat them like my dad treated me, who wouldn't scare them or threaten them or make them feel afraid to come talk to him or admit that they did something wrong because of what his response would be. I mean, if he did do something like that, I'd have a talk with him and I'd tell him I don't appreciate it and blah blah blah. And if he didn't, comply to what I wanted for the children, for him to stop being aggressive, I'd probably divorce him. I probably would, because I don't want my kids to grow up having to listen to the parents argue, having to listen to abuse being thrown in their faces by their father. Sure, I'd probably let him video chat with their dad, but I wouldn't leave them alone with him. I mean, that this could all change in the future, but as of now, thinking about it, that's what I want for the kids. For however many kids I have. I'm definitely, if I have a son, I'm definitely naming him Tyler Kennedy, and then his nickname will be TK. I don't care what anybody says that's happening, because TK is a cute name. I mean, think about it, even my wolf in Wolf Quest, his name is TK. Yeah, his name is TK. Little baby TK. He'll be my little baby TK. So, this boy, I relate to him so much, and I know the actor himself will never know that. He will never know that, but it feels good to, you know, yeah. So anyway, guys, that's going to be it for this video. I'm sorry that I started crying halfway through it. Probably wasn't even halfway through, but I'm sorry that I started crying at some point. And yeah. Anyway, I hope this doesn't happen again. But if it does, I swear this time I will call the guards, because it's too scary for a 14-year-old. Way too scary. I've dealt with it for so long, and I don't want to be afraid anymore. So guys, that's going to be it for this video. Thanks so much for watching, and I guess I'll see you next time. Bye.